Rider fans, and welcome to the Bronx Hot Seat, our show that gives you an up-close and personal glimpse into some of our teams and student athletes at Rider. I'm Karen Torsia, and I'm your host of the show, and joining me today, I have some members of the Rider baseball team who have a very important series this weekend with Iona coming up away on the road. On the hot seat with me today, I have senior Brandon Cotton, junior Tyler Smith, and freshman Mike Parsons. So welcome, gentlemen. Glad to have you here on the hot seat. This won't be painful, I promise. I'm just going to ask you some questions about baseball, and then I'm going to put you on the hot seat with some rapid-fire questions. And key is first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, I don't know thinking. I don't want to have to start the Jeopardy, song, the time clock on you. Okay, think you can handle that kind of stuff? All right. Rider's baseball team was picked to finish second in the preseason coaches poll and currently sits in fourth as they head to Iona for the last weekend series before the conference tournament that comes up in a couple weeks. So, Brandon, I'm going to start my questions with you. All right. So, being picked to finish second in the MAC has had you guys as a bit of a target all year in the eyes of the conference, other conference teams. What do you think has been the key to some of your conference wins this year, and what do you guys need to do to beat Iona this weekend and maintain your spot to qualify for the conference tournament?
The thing with us is we have a good starting pitcher. Game 1, game 2, game 3. We have Mike Murphy who goes out there and gives 100% of the time, and same with Tyler, and same with Soa. And when we get everything going, offense, defense, pitching, we're pretty solid. We'll win games, and that's what we need to do this weekend.
Excellent. So let's talk about you a little bit personally. You missed several games with what was clarified to me as a broken foot, not an ankle injury, but a broken foot. How exactly did you do that to begin with?
Slid into second base a little too late.
Okay.
I shouldn't have.
Were you safe or were you out?
I was out. I didn't even need to slide. I shouldn't have slid. That's the thing. I should never slid. I should just ran right to the bag. But it was broken. It feels better now. Still a little sore.
Right. You're still getting back. Well, you came back with a flourish last weekend. I think you had 6 hits, 3 RBIs, some great defensive plays as well. So how hard was it for you to sit in the dugout watching your team, and what did you do to get yourself prepared to get back on the field?
It's tough watching them go out there and play and seeing someone else out there in my position.
Right.
But they got the job done. They won some games. And rehabbing my foot to come back and be able to come back as quick as I did, it meant a lot to me to get back there and play. Good.
Well, I know it meant a lot to the team too, because you've helped them get some of those wins over the weekend. So you also obviously had a big career at the plate. You're chasing 200 hits now. I think you're at 197, or 198. I think you're 2 away. What's that milestone going to mean to you?
Well, it means a lot because I'll be up there with AJ Albee and Jamie Hayes and Sean Olson, who I played with, and seeing those guys go out there every game and be successful. And that was my goal in my freshman year. I wanted to be successful here, and I feel like I've done pretty good.
Good. All right, Tyler, we're going to switch over to you and go from the outfield to the pitching mound here. So as a pitcher, I know the coaches really kind of look to you to kind of control the action during the games because obviously, you're the one making whether or not the other teams can hit. What kinds of things do you tell your teammates maybe before innings as you guys are getting ready to go out there and play some defense?
Well, the thing is, I actually don't say a whole lot because in the game, the rhythm is huge. And if I'm in a rhythm, there are some things like that I just won't say like that I normally would. But
like what?
The biggest thing is I'm not gonna tell somebody like, hey, nice play, hey, that was
right.
I'm gonna try and pick you up if you make a bad play because I'm so focused on the game. And but one of the big things for me as a pitcher is to control my body language if an error is made behind me, or even if a great catch is made, like Cotton's made a few, more than a few, and my body language controls the game sometimes. Where if it looks like the game is speeding up on me, or I'm angry, that mood can kind of go throughout the whole team. Right. So it's up to me, maybe not to say things, because we pick each other up and we talk, but it's more of me to control my body language and my personal appearance on
You guys think he does a good job of that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. So the first 2 years of your career here, you were a closer, and a very successful closer for us, and then you transitioned into a starter, I think, midway through the season this year. How difficult was for you to move into this new role, and is it a completely different type of mindset going from being a closer to a starter?
It was a strange transition. I was so used to coming out of the bullpen and going in there for one inning and throwing as hard as I can. and then just trying to make it work and get 3 outs. And the transition to become a starter, it was strange because I just wasn't used to it. I hadn't started a game since high school. So coming in, they originally thought I was going to be a starter when I first got here, but it just didn't really work out that way. And now I am one. And I think the difference in starting and closing is absolutely the mentality. When you're a closer, you're going to come in and you want to be better than they are. Every pitch, you need to be focused on every pitch, and it's the same as a starter. But a starter, you have to maintain that for much longer. It takes more discipline.
Well, I think you've done pretty well with that. So you were named a preseason All-American. You were the MAC and the New Jersey relief pitcher or closer of the year actually last year, and then an All-East honoree. So what did those accolades mean to you?
They mean a lot to me because it shows that I'm on my way to accomplishing what I want to accomplish, and I'm being recognized for my performance, and it actually is humbling as well, because I really appreciate those kind of awards, and it humbled me as a person.
Well, hopefully we'll have a few more for you in the next coming weeks too. So we're going to move on to our freshman here on the couch with us. So Mike, what's the biggest difference between playing at the high school level and then coming in and playing at the Division I level, and was it difficult for you to adjust?
It's definitely the talent and just the speed of the game. Everything's faster, the pitching's faster, it's better. Runners, they're faster, you gotta get rid of the ball quickly. It was a little difficult for me at first, kind of striking out a little bit more than I want to, but that's just something I gotta get used to and improve upon, and there's a lot to improve upon, but I like the challenge, and I'm definitely up for it, and I think I've kind of held my own so far, but there's always room for improvement.
Good. So, and the team has a number of freshmen. I think there's either 9 or 10 freshmen on the team this year, including yourself. What types of things have the upperclassmen done to help you guys kind of adjust on and off the field? Hopefully, with 2 upperclassmen sitting right here, it's going to be something.
I just think they've done a good job of letting us know, what's ahead, because coming in as freshmen, you really don't know what to expect, and they've kind of, let us and have us not make the mistakes that maybe they made when they were younger, and just kind of give an idea of how it's going to be and how you need to lead when you're an upperclassman.
Right. Good. And now you had a transition yourself. You moved from second to shortstop kind of midway through the year. How hard was it for you to make that transition to a new position, your first year in college, and how do you think that impacted the team?
Well, actually, I thought the transition was quite easy because my whole life I've been a shortstop, and I actually transitioned to second base coming here.
Okay.
And it kind of came natural to me. I had to get used to it again. It was a little foreign to me, but it came natural, and I think it's worked out better for the team. I don't know if that's a direct result, but I believe we're 6-2 since that change, and I definitely like the change.
Good. All right, guys. Well, that does it for our baseball-specific questions. Do we need to stretch, take a little breather right now? Because now comes my rapid-fire hot seat questions that are just things that I think of off the top of my head. So first on our hot seat is going to be Brandon. All right. Who has the strangest pregame ritual on the team, and what is it? It's got to be somebody.
I would say myself, actually, to be completely honest, because I don't really do anything before. After we're done hitting maybe I'll go in the locker room and then I'll come out into the dugout and just sit there till 10 minutes before the game. Then I get stretched out and then go. That's it.
So you're not nervous. You just kind of go.
No, I just kind of go do my thing. Yeah.
Much like you were as you were stretched out on my couch here before we started the show today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's your other one. Everybody's afraid of something, and for me, it's kind of well documented that I can't stand clowns. Clowns get on my last nerve. So tell me one thing that you're afraid of.
I'm afraid of bees.
Huh?
I'm deathly afraid of bees. I don't know why.
Are you allergic?
No, I'm not allergic. I'm just afraid of them. I'll run away. If I see one, I'll just take
If you're
off.
on the outfield and the ball's coming to you and there's a bee coming at you, you're going to run away from the ball?
No, I'll never do that. No.
Okay.
I won't.
At our softball game last weekend at Canisius, they had to call a timeout in the middle of the game because there was a swarm of bees in the outfield. And so they literally called a timeout in the middle of the game while this swarm of bees kind of went through. So hopefully you're not going to face any of that at Iona this year. All right, well, you got off easy on this hot seat. All right, Tyler, here you go. If you were down to your last $10, what would you spend it on? Not food.
Wow.
Anything but food.
the first thing.
I
that popped
know.
in my
I
head.
knew it would be. You are a college guy. Food's going to be the first thing you're trying to think
My
of.
last $10.
Last $10. Brandon looks like he has an answer for this one too.
Wow.
TikTok.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, if I had to spend my last $10 on anything, I'd probably spend it on something that'll last. So I'll spend it on like a CD, something I can listen to 100 times.
Do they even make CDs anymore?
I don't even know.
They might be more than $10 too by now. So, all right. If you could have one pet, but you had to have 500 of them, what would it be?
What?
Yeah. Choose wisely.
Yeah, that's a hard question. I'm gonna
I
say.
didn't say these were going to be easy. These are classy.
Okay, well, definitely not cats. I'm allergic to cats.
Okay, yeah,
so
we don't want
500
that.
cats would kill me. But I'd say maybe a small animal. So I'd say ants. 500 ants.
Okay, that might be the
500 ants
best
could work.
answer. I have asked this question before. I've gotten dogs. I have gotten cats. Somebody said fish one time, and that was the most
Yeah.
reasonable one. But ants, I think you've cornered the market on that question, so we can retire that one. All right, Mike, your turn on the hot seat.
All right.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be? You know, in light of the Avengers movie that's out this weekend, that's what this one goes. So one
Saw that.
superpower. Did you?
That was
Okay.
good.
Okay.
But,
I have not
definitely-
seen it yet. You want to give us a movie review when we're done with this?
Yeah, sure. But it would definitely be reading people's minds.
Oh.
I think I would want to know what they think of me, whether they like me or not.
Interesting. Interesting. And then you can know, like, when you're batting, what the
The
pitcher
pitcher.
and the catcher are
Exactly.
thinking of.
Exactly.
That is a good one. All right.
Yeah.
And if I asked your teammates to describe you in one word, what would they say?
Short.
Is that true?
I don't know.
And why do I look at these two and think they have a different word in mind for you that maybe we can't say on camera?
Short works.
Okay, all right. Well, look, see, you guys survived. You made it on the hot seat. That concludes it. I think you did very well. I let you off way too easy, though. That was really too simple. So we want to thank the baseball team for joining us today on the Bronx Hot Seat, and we want to wish them the best of luck this weekend at Iona and over the rest of the season as they look to qualify for the conference tournament coming up in the next couple of weeks. For more information on Rider Athletics or the baseball team in general, visit our website at gobronx.com. I'm Karen Torsha, and thanks for watching. Go Bronx!
Sets me off to a